My chance to really test this out came a few months later. A project I'd been working on at school, and I needed it to be a huge success. You see, in order to graduate, I had to do this speech. And I drew my topic, and I drew the topic of farm fresh eggs, a 3-minute speech. Now, old Adam would have faked an illness, would have dropped the class, but this was different. I had to take this course in order to graduate, so I said yes. Well, the morning of that presentation, that old familiar panic started to bubble up. My heart was racing. I got cold hands, the works. But instead of letting it swallow me, I had a plan. I went to the men's room. I stood in front of the mirror. I took a few deep breaths and I looked at myself in the eye and I said, "Okay, Adam, you did the work. It's time for Ace to deliver it." I squared up my shoulders, I put my feet flat on the floor, and I walked out, walking into that classroom. And when my name was called, I walked up to the front, which was the stage, and I really wasn't me anymore. I was Ace. I could feel the nerves, but it wasn't panic, it was just energy. And Ace knew how to use that energy. And I got up to the podium, I looked out at the sea of faces, and I just paused, letting the moment settle. I found friendly faces in the audience, not judgmental ones, just like I'd practiced. And then I started, and the words just came out smoothly, clearly. The voice I heard wasn't shaky Adam, it was calm, measured. It was the tone of Ace. I didn't just read the slides, I told the story of the project, something I knew inside out. I could feel a connection with the audience. I saw them nodding and leaning in. And when I delivered the final line, there was a beat of silence, and I thought, here comes the judgment. But instead of judgment, there was applause. Not polite clapping, like real enthusiastic applause over farm fresh eggs. And the one person actually in the front row stood up, and then another, and within seconds the entire room was on their feet. A standing ovation. It would be a great story now if I could tell you that I was magically cured right then and there, and that I never felt that fear again, but it's not what happened. The real lesson, the one that actually stuck, came the days and weeks after the applause died down.